Did you know that Governor Tim Walz got a DUI when he was younger? What, Jesus. Did you say sex pest?
No, I said sucks balls.
Oh, I said Governor Tim Walz. I thought you meant sex pest.
No, I thought you said Governor Tim Walz, and I just responsibly said sucks
I know
balls.
I know that sex pest isn't like a common thing that a lot of people say, but it's what SP always says. Like whenever the poly.
That's what she calls you. Oh God,
she
dude,
has.
You're calling her. Dude, no, wait. You're calling her SP as an abbreviation for side piece, and now you're saying everything she says the term sex pest. Now it's
the first time I ever heard her use sex pest was she was describing Kayla. Like
I thought she was gonna say when she's describing you.
No, I was talking about the relationship stuff, and she goes, "You need to stop missing this woman. She's a sex pest." I'm like, that's a good point. This is like early on. This is before we were like, This is when I just started talking to her again, and I was like, "I'm sad."
Yeah,
and she's
I remember being quasi clued into those text messages. There were some stern, "Don't you get any ideas about things happening?" messages. How did that work out, by the way?
It's fine. So, but she would always say, she's like, "Stop even thinking nice about that woman. She's a sex pest." And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And I fell in love with that term. I love the term sex pest. And since then, she has
the sequel to The Pest with John Leguizamo, The Sex Pest.
It since then she has referred to me as a sex pest as well. So it's not as much fun when someone else says that about you, but when they say it about other people, it's fun.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. So Aiden Ross probably got this interview because Barron likes his Kick channel. Does Barron like Kino Casino? I just wanted to say, PPP, you guys, we're going to felt Kamala Harris. She's going to be felted. Andy Worski, I just want to say these are positive claps. Positive claps for Andy, for Ashton. What a fabulous name, Ashton. You just, where they're felting everybody at the casino. Everybody's on the felt. Trucker 18 Wheeler with $5 over on YouTube says Trump has a lot of stress. I know someone who has advice for when your stress level is here. Johnny loves that story. I think that's Johnny's favorite story.
That is my favorite story. That is my favorite. The stress level thing, because it's the stupidest argument ever to take a stimulant. Yeah. Like that's well, like regardless of,
he compared it to ADHD meds.
No, that's not the same at all. ADHD isn't a stress thing. That's a focusing issue. And two, like if you have a lot of stress, a stimulant isn't going to help you. It's going to amp you up, which is going to make a stressful situation more stressful because you are amped. Like you got to get you want to calm down. You want to get down. You want an indica.
The way they all fought and bitched at each other, I have bad news for Nick. I don't think the coke handling stress thing checks out.
Like I said, I don't think it works. I don't think it maths.
From observing, it didn't work for him. But it is weird that, he made that comparison, but to me, like to my face, about what cocaine does to handle stress, and then ADHD. What's the medication? Not Ritalin. Adderall. He made the comparison between cocaine and stress management and how it relates to ADHD and Adderall. And then his 9-year-old daughter, who they think has ADHD, tested positive for cocaine. That makes me wonder a little bit. I never saw anything, but it makes me wonder. That was like Brian Landon, though. That's like a really nice, fun, fair question. He's like, you're a big guy. What size was their bed? I like that kind of curiosity of like just that innocent, like, hey, I'm just kind of doing the math here.
Like, how did you fit?
Thanks a lot, asshole. Appreciate that.
Well, I mean, in fairness, Rekieta's pretty tall and used to be a pretty big guy. Now he's kind of spindly, but he's still tall.
Yeah. Yeah, Sam Show writes, just so gross. Somebody, too, says, was that not at all weird in another man's bed while he was there? We stayed on Kayla's side. Sometimes. Sometimes we stayed on Kayla's side. Sometimes, the adventure takes you places you didn't know.
And
Guys,
then we left the wet spot for Nick, and it was all right. Oh, dude, you did. Oh, he did. He did. That is an admission of.
I don't want to do this. This is tawdry. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. This is cheap. This is cheap heat, as the kids say. But yeah, towards the end, he was getting mad, and he did message me that he was mad that we got to be in their bed all the time. So that did bother him for a while, and I did feel bad about, because that never happened. Like when we were here, Kayla and I would be upstairs in the, like, I think Princess Kayla just always got the bedroom no matter what, I think was the deal. But yeah, that bugged him. And I get it. Somebody says, did you ever have thought during it, like, what am I doing? Or was that at the very end? I've said before, because of April and the drugs and everything else, like, I didn't know Kayla without the drugs, but I knew April without the drugs, so I got to see the person change. I never saw Kayla change, so, like, I gravitated towards her. Like I said, I was like, I was more wanting to be around Kayla. So no, there wasn't the what the am I. There were parts where I was like, what am I doing? But it wasn't when I was like with her. Put it that way.
He was busy.
And there were people, like, all four of them thought that, like, it would be a daily basis where I would hear one of them go, maybe we should just end this hulking thing. Maybe it should just be done. And every time someone would yell that, I didn't realize that was drugs, that they were, like, up on coke and they were all just taking everything way too seriously. So, like, every time someone would say, we should just be done, I'd always go, I mean, we can be if you want to. Like, that's fine. We can wrap this up.
We can end that up.
Aaron, how massive is Kayla's Lego collection? She had a lot of Legos. Cool ones, too. Like, really cool Legos. I'm not answering that question, King Kong Dong. Brian Landon with $4.99 says, okay, guys, we're asking in tawdry questions that I believe I've addressed before. A king bed isn't that big, bro. All right, we're getting, you know how I said on the evening show yesterday, when I go too far back behind the curtain again, it picks me up the rest of the day? We're approaching that territory. Sorry.
Okay.
You guys are asking questions where it's starting to go back to
the second coming of the curtain.
Oh, boy. Oh, God, some of this is just fucking gross. Scarface with $4.99 said, Mersh offered you a paid gig at the Dunk Tank at next year's live event in Las Vegas. Interested? Dude, I'm always interested in Las Vegas. If Mersh does, hey, let's do this. If Mersh does a Dunk Tank, I'll do a Dunk Tank. If anything Mersh does, I'll do. Okay, wait. If Mersh does the Dunk Tank, I'll do the Dunk Tank.
What do you mean at the not at the anniversary show?
No. At the ROTC live event in Las Vegas.
Oh, you're going to that?
If I'm invited, I don't need an excuse. I don't need a special excuse to go to Las Vegas. It's my favorite place. So yeah, Mersh offered you a paid gig at the Dunk Tank at next year's live event in Vegas. Are you interested? If Mersh does it, I'm doing it. Yes. Do I bring Johnny and they can make good? Mersh and I should make good. Mersh and I are like almost equal leveled pieces of shit. I'm a dad, so I guess I get a little bit of leeway. But like, I'm a bigger piece of shit in like action than he is. He's kind of a bigger piece of shit.
I don't think Mersh and me even need to make good. He made me crack one time, and I lost a certain amount of respect I had for him that I feel I probably shouldn't have put there anyway. And yeah, no, I don't have a problem with him. That's why I don't care that he clipped it. I don't care that he did a whole show on it. Like, it happened, and I've moved on. The funniest thing about it is literally the people that now think they can just go, cry, Johnny. Like, the trolls in the chat that demand I cry constantly. Like, it's going to make it happen.
I will say this. Somebody saying, how much do you want for the Dunk Tank? We'll talk. Mersh can throw out the first number.